Namaste everyone, I'm Sailaja from Spiritual Happenings. So, what's new in the spiritual happenings is the role play of the soul that happens life after life as part of learning its own lessons. As part of the soul evolution, every soul plays different roles, okay? And the role play is only part of learning its own lessons and experiencing the experiences and evolve. And this so happened that in many of the sessions, what we have seen is, people keep asking, why me? Why it does this happen to me? I'm very good, all these things. So what does this mean? Like, they play the victim role all the time. 99% are the victim roles is what people play in the current lifetimes, because they don't realize that they've been attacker or aggressor in one of the lives. Okay, meaning what? So if somebody is going through hardships in this life, then they are like, they are the victim roles. They play the victim role. And then when you go back into the session, find out the root cause, they've been the attacker. Sometime they have done it to somebody else, which is why they are facing it. So now the people around them are just either be given to them in the same role play, that some of them being victims in the other life, now being the attackers in the same life. But it is the same drama that is enacted again and again with a different set of people in different set of situations. Only thing that is common that remains is the lesson. Okay, so if the lesson is learned, then that situation, that role play of the people would be released, and there would be lot of compassion and forgiveness that comes through the soul, and the soul shines and it goes, it evolves. But if the lesson is not learned, okay, and if the soul is again and again feeling it as a victim, then the role play changes again and again with more intensity in different lives. And the lesson, until the lesson is learned, the intensity increases, the role play changes, but the lesson remains, the situations remain. So if you want to not to repeat the same situation coming in the next life, learn to forgive, learn to be compassionate, let go. Okay, and this is the aggressor or attacker or victim. Okay, now comes the observer. What happens in one of the sessions? If the what I have realized is, in one of the sessions, people have gone through a lot of guilt. Okay, there is a lot of guilt associated with the person. And when we had gone through, when this guilt had started, okay, the guilt had started once upon a time in one of the lifetime, where that person was part of the group where something wrong is happening, and he or she did not raise their voice. They've been only a silent observer there. Okay, because of that, they carried the guilt to this life, and because of that guilt, they don't have any interest in life. They have inculcated a lot of fear because of the guilt, that they felt very introspective. They felt very introvert, and they cannot do anything because they feel disconnected. And because of the guilt, there is a lot of fear. What if I do something else happens? That kind of feeling raised, and that has come from the previous life. So this is the observer role. And how to get rid of this observer role? Get rid of the guilt. Okay, tell to yourself, I'll speak out whenever something wrong happens. I'll speak out. This is the different role that we have to inculcate. And during the sessions, when we see that, yeah, this is the attacker role, this is the observer role, this is the victim role, what is the common thing that we are drawing out is, there are soul experiences. These are all soul lessons that the soul would want to learn on the school of earth, which it had forgotten, and it is just feeling victimized or being just a silent observer. Okay, so now nobody will say I'm an attacker, right? Nobody will do that. But there are people who come and tell that I feel I'm attacking. I want to get rid of this attacking, quality of my soul. There are people like that also, but there are very few. Everybody feels being victim. Now, how to come out of this victim mindset? Victim mindset will lead you nowhere. Okay, so how to do it is, what does that mean? When you are in the victim mindset, you don't really want to suffer. Suffering is a nightmare, but the suffering is something that is very beautiful. If you embrace, you will learn detachment, and you will learn the lesson, the subtle lessons that suffering is giving you, and how your soul is shining through that suffering, taking control of your own life instead of being getting victimized, forgiving the other persons who is giving you the pain as part of your own drama or plan. They are giving you the pain just because you might have asked them to play that role. So then you learn for compassion, you learn forgiveness, and then see, when you embrace the suffering like as if it is just a lesson, instead of going through deep into it as if you are going into a black hole. Instead of that, if you shift your perspective to this, then your soul shines, and that is what is needed for your soul to evolve. So please note these three roles. How do we play?